Hey, what's up my friends? Kris Krohn here, and today I want to talk about the biggest mistakes that I made in my 20s. Now, you know that I became financially free by the age of 26, but I almost screwed everything up during the 2008 downward recession. And guess what? We have the same-ish thing happening right now because the sky is falling financially, things are falling apart, people are losing their jobs, and people are doing the wrong things. They're staying cooped up in their homes, terrified, when in fact, this is one of the biggest opportunities for you to financially get ahead. Check it out. False. It is not about hunkering down as if you're in some bunker waiting for the end of the world. So I'm going to show you how to draw up the battle plans to make sure that the next 5 years is financially the best of times. Listen up, the coronavirus is upon us and people are basically freaking out saying there's nothing to do. Listen, that's not true. Look at the map of all the possibilities. I'll show you my map. This weekend, we can go and paint the town red. Look at what we can do. We can visit the kitchen and we can make stuff. We can go have some fun in the master bedroom. We could chill in the living room all by ourselves. Are you kidding me? People got it all wrong. They're feeling stuck like, well, I guess I gotta ride it out. I guess I gotta social distance myself. False. It is not about hunkering down as if you're in some bunker waiting for the end of the world. I wanna tell you right now that you should be drawing up battle plans for how you're not just going to survive this pandemic. It's now becoming a financial pandemic. You should be asking yourself, how do I thrive through this situation? And learning from my mistakes in my 20s will show you how you can actually lift yourself up financially, stop being afraid by all the media and the fear that's out there, and actually take the opportunity that this really represents and make a lot of money, get your family further ahead while helping other people. I'm gonna share with you the smartest and the dumbest thing that I did when I was 28 years old. I had already become financially free a couple years earlier, and then the 2008 Great Recession hit. And I'll never forget the moment when it happened because I was in the middle of closing on a couple of investment properties. And as I was closing, the bank came back and switched from like a 6% interest rate to an 18% interest rate. And I was like, the day of closing, you're gonna ask to increase my interest rate 12%? And that was the bank's way of saying, we're not lending any money, only an idiot would sign on this note. And the next week, that bank was actually out of business. So for those of you that remember the subprime lending mess that happened back in 2008, it was an economic crisis. And what it did is it really pushed the real estate market down. The stock market fell apart at the exact same time. And it seemed like the world was falling apart. Listen, time passes and circumstances change, and today we're calling it the coronavirus and the gas price crisis, and it's an election year, and guess what? The economy is falling apart again, and it's always gonna look different, it's always gonna have a different reason. But you need to understand that when everyone is running one direction, there's an opportunity for you to run in the opposite direction and grow. Now, I'm not talking about capitalizing on other people's misfortune. No, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is everyone running in that direction is gonna lose their jobs, or they're gonna lose money, or they're gonna lose their retirement accounts. And bottom line is they're gonna be financially worse off, and it doesn't have to be that way. So the smartest thing that I did at that time was I started investing heavily in real estate, and I grabbed groups of people together. I went into Phoenix, I went into Vegas, markets where homes have been selling for 250 to 300 grand. I was now buying up those homes from the bank at 80,000, 100,000, 120,000. And within 5 years, my investors cleared over $100 million in profits. So that was the smart thing that I did, but I want to tell you the dumbest thing that I did. I was helping all of my investors make money hand over fist, and I built a team and I built a system. 200 people strong, literally going into marketplaces and harvesting the best profits that real estate has had to offer and really has to offer during a recession. You see, right now people want to know, is this the worst of times? And you look at the fear and people are glued to the TV and the media, and the reality is this is not the worst of times, this is the best of times. But this is the core mistake that I made. I was so busy helping other people build their portfolios that I didn't buy for myself nearly as many homes as I could. And frankly, my big mistake is that an opportunity like that only comes every 15 to 20 years. So 15 to 20 years, how many times is that gonna happen during your lifetime? Not very often as an adult, as a mature person, right? And so I missed it on this last one. I made lots of money, don't get me wrong, but I should have been 20, 30, 40, $50 million more ahead. It's happening again now, and I'm not missing the boat, and I'm inviting you to realize that you don't have to either. So I'm gonna show you how to draw up the battle plans to make sure that the next 5 years is financially the best of times. So the first thing that you gotta ask yourself in this two-step model is my strategy working? That's really the big question right now. Because a lot of you, if you have your money in the stock market or 401ks or IRAs, I'm telling you for the coming years, you're gonna look back and say, that strategy isn't working. You shouldn't put your money in places that aren't working, right? That's a broken plan. By the way, stock market, 401ks, IRAs, these things produce single-digit ROIs. And by now you should figure out that if you're earning less than 10% over 30 or 40 years, that will never accumulate to enough to retire because it only doubles every 10, 12, or 15 years. So it's just not good enough. So I want you to ask yourself, is this strategy working? But the second thing that I really want you to ask yourself is, where should I be? Where should you be financially? Where should you be putting your money? I want to tell you a couple of things that you can do right now that will help you get really, really, really far ahead. The first thing that you need to do, I'm just going to kind of give you two options on this. The first one is you got to check your mindset. This is where people are losing their minds. They are literally so afraid about what they're seeing in the media that you're actually crippling the economy and making it worse because we're all feeling the exact same way. And when everyone believes the sky is falling, guess what? The sky falls. That's the way that money works. So you should be asking yourself, what can I do to think positively right now? You should have a 5 or 10 minute rehearsal process every day of saying, it's the best of times, everything is going my way, money is flowing easily and effortless to me, I'm getting financial ideas every single day, I'm watching the markets, I see where the opportunities are, and then I move towards them and I make things happen. The second thing that I would do if I were you is you need to look at the game of real estate. Real estate does not care about your age. It doesn't care if you're young or old, and it doesn't care if you do or don't have money. You need to be prepared right now that eventually this recession is going to hurt the price on real estate. And at that time, back in 2008, for the first 3 years, everyone thought it was the worst of times. I was buying thousands of homes. I'm telling you right now, it was in fact the very best of times. People wouldn't know that for 5 more years. This is a cycle. The K-wave Kondratiev cycle has been going on for like over 1,000 years, trackably, and we know what's gonna happen next. The economy moves in seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. And right now we are entering winter. And in winter, things hibernate or they die. You don't have to though, because if you can figure out how to crush it in winter, then you will own spring, you will own summer, and you will own fall, and you'll never be afraid or worried again. I was just on the phone with a buddy of mine. And Joe is literally in the process of laying off 90% of his company so he can preserve his business strategy and his money so that in 2 months when things turn around, he can fire it back up again. It's actually a super smart move for him. Now, real estate, you need to understand that real estate moves in cycles. We are not seeing the real estate market go down yet because we have surplus inventory. But you need to be prepared that now is the time to buy real estate with super high ROI in the right price range. And when the rest of the market falls out, I'm gonna be going into the marketplace where we see the biggest difference between what prices went to on new builds and how they came crashing down. I will set up shop there, and then I'm gonna buy as much real estate as I can. I will not make the same mistake as that 28-year-old boy who could have gotten ahead $50 million by cleaning up the government's mess and the economy's mess. And you should be drawing up battle plans right now on what your strategy is. Now, what does it look like for you to draw up battle plans? It's something that I call a game plan. And a game plan is something that everyone needs to have. Financially, it means that you have a way of making millions of dollars. Let me ask you right now, do you have a plan for making millions of dollars? If the answer to that is no, then I want to tell you right now that there is a link below where you can talk to my team and say, Kris says I need to have a multi-million-dollar game plan, not because I want to be rich, but because even just $2 million is like $150,000, $200,000 of income at retirement. It's not a ton of money. That's the interest that you're earning off of that. And if you don't have that game plan, you need to get one put in place for you. So at the end of this video, you can click the link and have a chance to actually speak with the team that I personally work with and train. And they will show you, no matter whether you're in the hole, in debt, $1 million up, or wherever, they're gonna show you how to take advantage of this economy right now. What am I doing? I am buying homes every single day. When the real estate market crashes, what will I be doing? I will be buying homes every single day. And I'll amass more wealth in the downturn than at any of the upturn, or anything else that happens in the economy. This is Elkhorn sitting on 6 millimeters of refined Damascus with a matching blade. Like make my next skull. So I shot this boar out of a helicopter. Weird, right? I like it. I shot its tusk off, so he's missing a piece. And I had to repair his eye. Have confidence in knowing exactly what you're going to do to win during this period of time. It's not about putting your head down like an ostrich buries its head in the sand and waves the big fat meaty part for the tiger to come out and like take a big bite out. Unfortunately, most people will do that, and that doesn't have to be you. Build a plan that you're confident in. And if you don't have one of those right now, click the link right now. And in that link, literally, no obligation, my team will literally just have a conversation, evaluate your finances, and show you whether you're behind or ahead, what you do to make sure that you're making most of your money in the downturn, because guess what? That's when the real opportunity strikes. It's in the downturn, and that opportunity is right now. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. Listen, if you like this video, do me a favor and smash the like button on it, or share this with somebody else. Make sure you are a subscriber. Most days I've got a video coming out to awaken your financial genius and help you rockstar your financials through the roof. We'll see you tomorrow, my friend.